Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Please clear the aisles for the procession of faculty, board members, and students, which will begin momentarily. And please be respectful as we honor the 2017 graduating class of TMI. We will begin shortly. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Texas Military Institute Corps of Cadets, followed by the national anthem and the invocation. Please welcome to the podium the Right Reverend Gary R. Lillibridge, Bishop of the Diocese of West Texas.
Thank you. Good evening. Let us pray. Gracious God, we give you thanks for the many blessings of this life and the bounty that you set before us each and every day in so many ways. We ask you to bless the families represented here tonight. Bless these students in the next chapter of their lives. We give you thanks for the faculty and staff of this school and the board who continually strive for excellence in education and excellence in servant leadership. We pray that what we do this night and in our school pleases you, and we ask you to direct us in all of our works, begun, continued, and ended in you. Amen. Please be seated.
Now please welcome to the podium the new headmaster of TMI, Father Scott Brown.
Well, welcome everybody. Welcome TMI. Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the TMI class of 2017. Woo! You are all part of school history, as this is the first class in many years to graduate off campus. We're thankful for the growth in our school, for the confidence of you families who've chosen TMI for your children. And tonight we're especially thankful to Oak Hills Church for graciously offering this beautiful space to us. So let's say thank you to Oak Hills tonight. This occasion, this graduation, is another one of my firsts as the new headmaster, and I'm certainly proud to share it with you all tonight. Most of all, I'm proud of our school, of these 97 fine young men and women who will bring into spirit our servant leadership and take that spirit to colleges and universities and places all over this globe. Class of 2017, tonight is almost all about you. But you would not be where you are today without the support of a lot of people in this room, especially your families. So, class of 2017, before we turn it to all about you, I would invite you, class of 17, to stand and thank those who came here tonight to support you. Well done, class. Soon-to-be graduates, however far you travel, please remember that TMI will always be your home and that your TMI family will always be rooting for you, for we are proud of you. Long after you leave our campus, you will be in our thoughts and in our prayers, and I truly wish you all the best at this ceremony, at tonight's celebration, and for years to come. Class of 2017, congratulations.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for being part of the 124th commencement exercises of TMI, the Episcopal School of Texas. Graduates of the class of 2017, many important people in your lives are here tonight in this beautiful sanctuary to celebrate your graduation. First, allow me to introduce the platform party. You've already heard from the Bishop of the Diocese, the Right Reverend Gary Lillibridge, who also serves as the chair of the Board of Governors of TMI. Mr. Stephen Walker, also the grandparent of a graduate this evening, the executive chair of the Board of Governors. Father Scott Brown, TMI's new headmaster. And Dr. Matthew Blake, class of 1985 and head of upper school, first year, but second time he's been to a commencement. And I'm Dr. John Cooper, your retiring headmaster. Thank you. Next, let me also introduce several other members of our TMI Board of Governors who are here with us this evening. And there may perhaps be some members of the Board of Trustees who have joined us without me knowing, but at least the ones that I have taken note of here. Let me ask you to stand as your name is called, and audience, please hold your applause until all are recognized. Mr. Rick Smith, Ms. Carol Holmes, Ms. Lisa Harthan, Mr. Darrell Lansdale. Some are in the audience because they have students graduating tonight. Ms. Sarah Kozad Cates, Ms. Lisa Lejeune, Ms. Alyssa Moya, General Mike Oates. And please forgive me if and Mr. David Oppenheimer, if I've forgotten anybody. Let's give them a hand. Graduates of the class of 2017, this distinguished audience came here tonight for one purpose: to honor you. These people include your teachers, your parents, grandparents, and relatives and friends. And tonight we focus a spotlight on an accomplishment that each and every one of you has achieved: a diploma from TMI, the Episcopal School of Texas. Because this is your accomplishment, we will not give you a diploma tonight. You will receive a diploma that you have earned through your hard work, your diligence, and your perseverance. All of us here congratulate you. We offer you our best wishes for a bright future, and we ask God to watch over you every year of your lives. To all of our guests, and especially to those of you who may have seen our campus for the first time this morning at Baccalaureate, we offer a hearty welcome. For these students, faculty, and families, TMI is a very special place. Obviously, it's an excellent example of all that the Texas Hill Country has to offer. But more importantly, it's a place where some incredible people, adults and young people together, work and study and laugh and cry and map out their futures and make lasting memories. Thank you for sharing our commencement and sharing our space, this special space with us, and your time this evening. Seniors, you've been the leaders and the role models of the upper school this year and for the past several years. Teachers and staff, your dedicated efforts, your patience with these students, your efforts to be good role models yourselves have not gone unnoticed. Our students and their parents are very grateful for your dedication, your passion for your subject areas, and your love of teaching. We also want to say a special thank you to all of our volunteers, parents, friends, alumni, and donors who help every year to create the TMI experience. As I complete my 5th and final year as your headmaster, I especially want to thank those who have served on the Board of Governors, the Board of Trustees, the Alumni Association, the Family Association, and the Booster Club. I'm also especially pleased to be turning over the duties of the headmaster to an outstanding school leader, Father Scott Brown. Father Scott is already doing a great job. Moms and dads, I know you are especially proud of your sons and daughters for the impressive young adults they have become and are becoming. This is a special night of achievement for you too, as well as your children. Seniors, today is your day. This is your commencement, your new beginning, the beginning of the next stage of your lives. Carry the label TMI alumnus proudly and commit yourselves to making a positive impact wherever you go. It is now my honor to introduce our commencement speaker for this evening. The graduation speaker at TMI is chosen by a vote of the seniors. As such, it's a significant honor, and this year's speaker has earned this distinction because of his creative teaching, his great sense of humor, his good nature, and of course, his snappy wardrobe. Mr. Mark Philippi is a key member of our science department and specifically anchors our physics program here at TMI. He earned his BA and MA at Truman State University, and he has taught a variety of science courses at TMI for the past 6 years. He is the 10th grade form leader, a member of the Upper School Discipline Committee, a valued colleague, and a highly regarded teacher. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our 2017 commencement speaker, Mr. Mark Philippi.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, students, parents, family, teachers, faculty, staff, Board of Governors and Trustees, Bishop Lillibridge, distinguished alumni, regular alumni, Pat Davis. I am truly honored to be speaking to you tonight. I would like to point out, however, that while I am honored, I am not humbled. I'm not sure why these two things always seem to get packaged together. Humbled is what I'll be a year from now when nobody remembers who gave this talk or what it was about. Or perhaps another 10 minutes from now when I trip over this gown on my way back to my seat. Several weeks ago, after 7th period had ended, I glanced toward the door to see Mrs. Pam Nelson standing with a devilish grin on her face. I sulked toward the door, thinking that perhaps I had forgotten to take attendance again, or maybe I had submitted my grades improperly. She instead informed me that I had been chosen to speak at graduation. Not senior celebration, she said, the actual graduation ceremony, where all of the parents and family members and diocese representatives are all there. Yeah. Thank you, yeah. I then reached out to some folks who I had remembered giving this talk in the past, namely Mr. Matt Ridewood, who told me that giving this speech was one of the most stressful moments of his life. Thanks for the support, everybody. I appreciate it. So, senior class, 2017 graduates, you want me, you got me. Countless exams, classes, performances, contests, dances, and semi-endorsed lunchtime karaoke sessions have led you here. You are some of the most curious, intelligent, kind-hearted, I'm sorry. I told myself I wouldn't make this talk about Chinadu. I'm very sorry. No, in all seriousness, you are an incredible group of individuals with whom in many cases I've formed deep and lasting and meaningful relationships, and I can honestly say this community will miss you when you are gone. I speak for the faculty when I say that it's been a great pleasure to watch you grow from the humanoids that you were in 6th through 9th grade into the young adults sitting here tonight. We teachers pour ourselves into our work, and when we get a chance like this to stand back and marvel at your accomplishments, both past and future, it really validates our investment in you. But graduates, I'm gonna have to come back to you in a moment, because if anybody has made investments in you, it is your parents and family. All of you have people in your life who have invested incredible amounts of time and money and gone through unimaginable emotional turmoil in an attempt to provide you the optimal chance for success at life. So families, as a teacher and as a former child myself, thank you. Thank you. Though we attempt to instill upon these students the necessary knowledge and skills for their impending collegiate experience and subsequent lives, we can accomplish very little without the support and reinforcement that you provide at home. Graduates, there's really no way for you to have the perspective necessary to properly appreciate your family or to have any idea what it means for them to see you take this step into adulthood. But throughout your life, you will continuously gain a deeper understanding of what you mean to your parents and family and the sacrifices that they've made for you. Many of you can't wait to move on from this stage in your life, and that's completely normal. But as you move on to greener pastures, don't neglect to check in and reconnect with the people who have gotten you this far. In many cases, your parents won't call you in an attempt to give you your space or, just not bother you, but they would talk to you every day if you called, so make the effort. Speaking of, I actually just made an overdue phone call back home to my parents in Iowa just yesterday, believe it or not. In case you forgot, no, Iowa is not the one with the blue football field and potatoes, that's Idaho. And it's not the one with actual professional sports teams either, that's Ohio. No, Iowa is the one with simpletons talking about corn and soybeans, pigs and cow tipping and... Actually, quick audience participation. Who here has ever been cow tipping or heard of people cow tipping before? You've heard of cow tipping, yes? Yeah? Graduates, I'm talking to you now. It's very easy to believe things that aren't true. I'm sorry to have taken advantage of you kind people, but cow tipping isn't real. YouTube it after the ceremony, go ahead, I'm very serious right now. Assuming that you could sneak up on a cow without it bracing, and assuming that you knew that in order to maximize angular acceleration, you'd have to provide the maximum torque, providing a force, further from the pivot point at through right angle through the, okay, you know what I'm talking about. You'd still have to push with a force of over 1,350 newtons just to get the cow, over 300 pounds to get that cow to tip over, for those of you in the imperial system. And for the record, cows sleep lying down. Now, there are plenty of good reasons why the people in this room believed in cow tipping. It's not actually valuable to critically analyze every new piece of information given to you. Additionally, facts from non-trustworthy sources can actually become more influential over time, because we have a tendency to forget the source's lack of credibility, accepting the misinformation into our epistemological canon. We call this the sleeper effect. Our brains are hardwired to accept the opinions of others, particularly those in authority. In a Stanford study, participants were asked to differentiate between notes written by actual mental patients and ones that had been fabricated by the experimenters. Afterward, one group of students was told they did quite well, scoring almost 100%. The other group was told that they were lousy, less than 50%. It was then revealed to the participants that these scores were completely fake. And instead, it was their reactions to these scores that was the purpose of the study. They were then asked to judge how well they really thought they had done, and here's where it gets interesting. Although they knew that the scores given to them were completely meaningless, the group that was told they did well ranked themselves significantly higher than the group that had been told they stunk. These students knew that the information they had been told previously was not at all rooted in fact, and yet they continued to allow that piece of information to affect their self-assessment. Chances are, if you believed in cow tipping before tonight, your views on the subject have softened. Although difficult, you've assimilated this new piece of information into your understanding of the world, and you've updated your beliefs. But what about beliefs that are more central to your identity? Beliefs that stem from who you are as a person, or furthermore, help to create your identity. Those so-called core beliefs are vulnerable to a whole new brand of delusion called the backfire effect. According to neuroscientists at USC, when our core beliefs are confronted with contrary evidence, MRIs show that our amygdalas light up. They're a big player when it comes to emotional response. They light up just like they would if we came across a predator in the wild. The mental alarms sound and our minds come out swinging to protect our ideas the same way we would protect our physical self. We trigger a fight or flight response, and our brains tend to double down on our misconceptions, in many cases believing them even more strongly than before. Graduates, for the last 18 years, people in authority, your parents, coaches, teachers, have told you just how much you excel in particular areas and how certain other things just aren't for you. In the meantime, you've been forming your identity, your sense of self, and you've started to build a narrative that reflects your strengths and values. But as you spin this web, do not forget that we are all works in progress. If we adopt a growth mindset, it has been shown that we can not only increase our level of intelligence, but the rate at which we become more intelligent. That's a positive second derivative for those calculus people out there, yeah, with respect to time. Not only can we improve, but we can improve at improving. Graduates, this growth mindset will be incredibly important when you go off to college. Many of you are on your way to prestigious institutions, and when you look around, you just might get the feeling that you don't belong. As if others have earned their spot, and you've somehow been accepted due to somebody's oversight, or that somehow your successes have been accidental flukes. First off, recognize that this is a silly notion and probably just a case of imposter syndrome. You might have experienced it already being at TMI, and many of us can tell you it doesn't really go away, especially in academia. But second, and more importantly, you need to view your weaknesses as opportunities for development. This is easier said than done. We're hesitant to deconstruct the worldview we've been building for ourselves because we're afraid that if we take out one piece and examine it too closely, our entire reality will crumble. But if we aim to make any progress at all, we must embrace this vulnerability, this malleable nature of our self-identity. Never shy away from a person or idea that challenges you. Have some humility and recognize that we all have room to grow. Because adulthood isn't an instantaneous transformation, it's a never-ending evolution. You are not trapped in the identity that others have made for you. If you want something, figure out what it's going to take and make up your mind to go get it. And don't think that you won't run into more challenges along the way. But if you work hard enough, your passion, grit, and determination will give way to skill, ability, and success. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. It is now my honor to introduce our student speaker for the 2017 commencement exercises. And similarly, the student speaker is chosen by the faculty. So this is also quite an honor. Mr. Austin Miles Miller has attended TMI for 7 years. He's been the driving force in our technical theater program, building sets, running lights and sound, stage managing as our assistant technical director. As a key member of the Corps of Cadets, he has risen to the rank of captain and is a company commander. He has competed in cross-country, track, soccer, and lacrosse, served as the captain of the Tech Club and the Cyber Patriot team. He's a dedicated servant leader who will attend Southern Methodist University next fall. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your student speaker for this year's commencement, Austin Miller.
Bishop Willibridge, Board of Governors, Board of Trustees, outgoing Headmaster Dr. Cooper, incoming Headmaster Father Brown, faculty and staff, distinguished alumni, family, friends, and most importantly, the TMI class of 2017. None of us would be here without the love and support of our families. Whether it's parents, grandparents, or people that are like family to us, this night would not be possible without them. On behalf of the entire class of 2017, we want to say to all our families, thank you. Now, our families probably think the last 4 years were all about us, maybe even the last 18, but tonight really is about us, the class of 2017. I'd like to start by getting all the graduation speech cliches out of the way. Never stop following your dreams. Take the road less traveled. Don't change who you are for anyone. Life is a roller coaster, so buckle up. We're all starting a new chapter in our lives. You are the captain of your ship, Jesus' co-pilot, and the master of your fate. Be spontaneous. Just do it. The road goes on forever, and the party never ends. Now, let's talk about TMI 2017. No matter if you've been here 1 year or 7 years, you are TMI 2017. For the rest of our lives, we will always be TMI 2017. As we get older, people will invariably ask, where'd you go to high school? What year did you graduate? Which is the polite way of asking, how old are you? To these questions, our answer is always going to be TMI 2017. And every time you answer this question, you'll think back to your time at TMI. So what are the memories of TMI 2017? Well, 19 of us started as 6th graders on our own in the seemingly huge high school campus. By 8th grade, we numbered 33. Our foundation was laid, or should I say frozen, with an 8th grade trip to the beach, where we camped out in February on the coldest night of the year. When we started as freshmen, our numbers swelled, setting the stage for tonight as the largest graduating class in TMI's history. As juniors, we demonstrated our superiority when we beat the class of 2016 in Buff Puff volleyball. A game so rigged in their favor, it's almost impossible for them to lose. Finally, we arrived at our senior year. What a memorable year it has been. Many of us took part in what turned out to be a very surprising election. Now, it might be in poor taste to discuss politics in a graduation speech, but I'll never forget where I was when I heard that Osman had been elected to student council. And we all remember that crisp morning on March 8, 2017, in Waco, Texas, when TMI 2017 cheered on our men's soccer team to a state championship. There are a lot of memories that our class has had together, but we also have our own memories from TMI. Memories of first dates, tryouts, prom, homecoming, driving tests, late nights finishing essays, cheering with your coach, crying with your coach, talking with your favorite teacher even when it wasn't about class, performances under the theater lights, and performances under the stadium lights. All of these experiences shaped our time at TMI. These memories, both group and personal, make us TMI 2017. This night is the culmination of all our blood, sweat, and tears. We finally get our hands on that coveted diploma. Walking across this stage may make you a graduate, but it doesn't make us TMI 2017. We've already taken the best things that TMI can offer: our teachers, spirituality, athletics, the core, the community. We have the memories of the journey. With these memories, we're already TMI 2017 without even having to cross this stage. Although officially, for the record, I would highly recommend crossing the stage and getting your diploma. Your college probably won't accept memories in lieu of a transcript. So what happens after we cross this stage? Well, I don't like to deal with rhetorical questions, so let me rephrase this. I have no earthly idea what happens after we cross this stage. But I can make a couple of predictions. Number one, as a privilege exclusive to TMI alums, the Advancement Office will send us our first donation request. And number two, on a more serious note, as TMI 2017 steps off this stage, we're going on to other stages, bigger stages, like Johns Hopkins, Rice, George Washington, Harvard, and most importantly, SMU. We are a class of future engineers, business moguls, diplomats. In this moment, nothing could ever surpass the potential our class has to succeed. There is no question in my mind that TMI 2017 will go forth and do great things. But first things first, we will all be starting over. We will go from being 97 people in sync as one class to being on our own. We will be thrown into a new social hierarchy where we will be the thing we've come to despise: freshmen. As close as we are to each other tonight, in just 3 short months, we're going to meet our new best friends, a new roommate, a new teammate, a new lab partner. Yes, there are going to be changes. But no matter how we change, no matter how far away we go to college, no matter how long we go without seeing each other, and no matter what we do with our lives, we are all still TMI 2017 and will be forever. Over the last few days, most of us have gotten a taste of what it feels like to be done with high school. But next Monday, it's official. No more dress codes, no more 8 to 3:30 school days. But there's also no more Coach Davis blaring 80s music from his classroom. No more hugs from Senor Gonzalez. At some point during the past 4 years, we've all taken trips in Big Yellow, a Marshmallow, or a TMI Suburban. I bet that if you think of your favorite trip, you might realize the destination didn't even matter. The bus ride was the best part. Our bus ride is at an end. Although we're all getting off at slightly different destinations, the time together was the best part. And more than anything else, more than GPAs, more than class ranks, more than win-loss records, it was the journey together that made us TMI 2017. To the diocese, governors, trustees, to the headmasters, faculty, and staff, to our parents, families, and friends, thank you for allowing us to take this incredible journey and make these memories. And in the years to come, when we are asked, where'd you go to high school? What year did you graduate? We will answer loud and proud, TMI, the Episcopal School of Texas, class of 2017. Thank you.
Thank you, Austin. We'll all be eager to follow your progress as you enroll at SMU this fall, and everyone's progress. Now I'd like to ask Bishop Gary Lillibridge to help me with a presentation. The presentation of the Bishop's Cup. The Bishop's Cup recipient is also chosen by the faculty and is presented to the student who has demonstrated the finest qualities of Christian citizenship, shown due regard for the rights and needs of others, and is dedicated to the service of God. The cup is a memorial to Charles F. Turbeville, who served as a board member of TMI from 1961 to 1963. All three of Mr. Turbeville's sons graduated from TMI, and the family is extremely proud of their continuing association with the school. This recipient will have his or her name engraved on the permanent Bishop's Cup, which resides at TMI. He or she will also receive a replica of the cup and a Bible inscribed by the Bishop of the Diocese of West Texas. The Bishop's Cup recipient this year is a young man who, in the judgment of the faculty, epitomizes the spirit of servant leadership embedded in the school's mission. He's an outstanding student, a deep thinker and philosopher, a natural leader, a devoted follower of Jesus, and a truly caring individual. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to announce the 2017 Bishop Cup awardee, Juan Pablo Martinez Cordero. These are nice. We do this prizes for everybody. And Juan Pablo, we are eager to hear about your many future accomplishments and leadership opportunities at Rice University starting this fall. Next, it's my distinct pleasure to present the Founders Award. As you can see in your program, this is the second of two very significant awards presented each year to a graduating senior. The Founders Award honors Bishop James Steptoe Johnston, the founder of TMI in 1893. This award is presented to a student who, in the judgment of the faculty, best embodies the mission of TMI. In other words, a student who is dedicated to excellence, who cares deeply for others, and is motivated to be a servant leader. The recipient will receive a TMI Captain's Chair. This student has served in high positions of leadership, is an excellent student, a thinker, and a dreamer. She is a student dedicated to the pursuit of excellence and leads others to do the same. I'm pleased to announce the winner of the Founders Award for 2017 is Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ana Paula Velasco. We're very proud of our battalion commander, Ana Paula. We're proud of all of your accomplishments and know you'll leave another legacy beginning this fall on the campus at the George Washington University. It is now my pleasure to invite to the podium our senior class president, Darby Kate Moran, who will enroll, by the way, this fall at the University of Texas at Austin, and she will make the presentation of the class gift and the faculty award. Darby.
Whether you hear Ana Paula yelling during formation, Juan Pablo greeting one of his friends, or Hutch just being Hutch. The senior class is a very loud class. You might have heard us yelling after we won Buff Puff 2 years in a row, or when we won the state championship, or whenever we were asked to do work in the last quarter at TMI. This class will be known for the excitement and energy we brought to the activities on campus. What would encapsulate our voice better than an incredibly loud bell tower right outside of chapel? When the bell rings, even when we have gone, the school will still be filled with our spirit. Our stories, inside jokes, and heartfelt laughter will continue to resonate through the halls and fields of the school many years after we've left. You can never silence the class of 2017, and this bell tower proves it. And now to the award. I have a story about our award recipient. It was the middle of junior year, and I just got done with a college meeting with Miss Condrey. After most visits from Miss Condrey's office, my eyes were full of tears. I walked into APUSH, sat down, and dramatically wiped my eyes as I tried to listen to something about prohibition. The bell rang, and everyone was leaving. As I was about to leave, the recipient yelled, "What? What's wrong?" My eyes began watering again. In a mumble of tears and snot, I managed to say, "I can't get into UCLA, and it's my top choice." He looked at me, and for a good minute, calmly but firmly asked, "Why? 'Cause the weather's good?" The only thing I could think of was, I don't know. It just always seemed like a cool place. He continued, "Well, obviously, you don't know anything about the school. So why are you worried about it? Wherever you go, you will be okay." That direct and honest response has helped me through countless essays, college applications, and rejection letters. This recipient is one of the most direct and yet caring people I have ever met. In his own, sometimes harsh, but usually hilarious way, he has helped every student he meets with whatever they may be going through. Whether you were coached by him, taught by him, or were just able to say hi to him in the hallways, his humor and ability to care makes him one of the greatest teachers, one of the greatest people I have ever met. He is a staple at TMI. I could not imagine the school without him. We love his funny chapel announcements, his witty banter with teachers and students, his ability to make even US history interesting. The always caring and beautiful way he makes students feel happy and at home, and the laughter and wisdom he brings to our school. Now, let's give a round of applause to our award winner, the one and only Dr. Murillo.
Thank you, Darby, and congratulations, Dr. Murillo. And now the moment you have all been waiting for, the presentation of diplomas. Assisting in the presentation will be Bishop Gary Lillibridge, Chair of the Board of Governors, Mr. Steve Walker, Executive Chair. Each graduate, in addition to accepting their well-earned diplomas, will also receive a Jefferson Cup. The cup is a beautiful engraved pewter cup, which is the symbol of higher learning and epitomizes Thomas Jefferson's vision in founding one of the nation's first and foremost universities, the University of Virginia. Class of 17, in a few minutes, you will officially be members of the Alumni Association. Make us proud and come back often to visit. One other point of tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a tradition for the battalion commander of Texas Military Institute Corps of Cadets to receive the final diploma of the evening. And that's why tonight's honor, of course, goes to someone who's already been recognized, a cadet who has led the battalion with distinction and is highly regarded by her peers and teachers. She'll be the last one across the stage tonight, Cadet Lieutenant Colonel Ana Paula Velasco. It's now my pleasure to introduce the head of upper school, Dr. Matt Blake, for the presentation of diplomas.
Noah Scott Biella. Mary Sophia West Bowden. James Devin Broderick. Ionella Corgi Ree Bukowski. James Austin Carruthers. Jeremy Gordon Clark. Tyler Harrison Cliff. Cameron Grace Crinwelge. Tamara de Resende Lifeheight. Abigail Ruth Dickey. Emma Dolgan. Aston McElwain Down. Jacob Patrick Derland. Kyle Edward Evers. Jacob Michael Feinstein. Taylor Hollis Ferguson. Victoria Kathleen Fleener. Emily Cecile Gaines. Michael Vincent Gallo III. Leon A.H. Gambita. Paulina Andrea Garcia. John Marion Garrettson. Rene Alberto Garza II. Eric Jonathan Gomez Marino. Joseph Ignacio Gonzalez Sudbury. Emery Chase Gordon. Jing Yi Susan Guo. Charles Martin Harthan IV. Madison Renee Herrera. Elizabeth Ann Holmes. Ashlyn Kate Isbell. Mary Freya Kagan Garcia. Sophia Shannon Kennedy. Joshua Scott Kircheville. Alexander Hamid Kuri. Jen Lai. Jorge Landois. Daryl Lewis Lansdale III. Lindsay Cameron Laws. Bailey Marie LePage. Humberto Lobo Guerra. Dara Deanna Mack. Bernardo Markushammer. Sandra Newman Markushammer. Pablo S. Martinez. Juan Pablo Martinez Cordero. Isabella Ann McCafferty. Noah Thomas McLaughlin. Armando Emilio Merlot. Austin Miles Miller. Darby Kate Moran. Rosalind Elizabeth Mormon. Jose Manuel Ochoa Tello. Chinedu Kevin Ofegbu. Juan Pablo Orozco Buerba. Roya Homa Osuli. Emerald Ann Villarreal Pedrosa. Nicholas Jacob Perez. Alexandra Nicole Prado. Madeline Lee Ramon. María José Salazar García Travesi. Osman Sharaf. Sian Yi Grace Shu. Sarah Ashlyn Simpson. Curtis William Small. Liam Alexander Snow. Andrew William Schneider. Hannah Madison Solis. Kristen Solitaire. Neely Christian Stone. Nan Sue. Mónica Valeria Suárez Ortiz. Johann Baruch Timken. James Hutchings Tidwell. Jaime Trevino III. Alexandra Sasha Svitnak. Renee Michelle Umstead. Victoria Anede Valdez Martinez. Alexandra Villarreal Aro. Julia Grace Elizabeth Walker. Heyu Sally Wong. Chloe Wong. Mark Harris Ware. Harrison Thomas White. Pauline Johanna Woolley. Zachary Coker Williams. Jennifer Janelle Willamy. Carter Anthony Witcheby. Hannah Galuli Wool. Julia Higgins Wool. Ashton Word. Tien Zhu Tim Wu. Yong John Justin Shu. Amar Zafar. Wei Yi Stephen Zhang. Xinqian Kobe Zhou. Ana Paula Velasco Braune.
Let's all give them all another round of applause. And ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite you to please stand. In a moment, we will invite you to join in singing TMI's Alma Mater. The words are printed in your program. Our seniors are going to lead us, and we will be accompanied by our brass quintet. And let me say a special word of thanks to you all for playing tonight for us. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alma Mater. On the city's borders, raised against the sky, stands our alma mater, hero TMI. Hey, hey, hey. We swear allegiance, orange, black, and white. Hail to the colors, TMI. Please be seated. After our benediction, we ask everyone to please remain seated in preparation for the recessional. Our benediction this evening will be offered by the Right Reverend Gary Lillibridge. Reverend Lillibridge.
Class of 2017, a benediction is a blessing and a closing prayer, and so I have this one for you tonight that I thought of on the way in here. Do not write and drive at the same time. Be happy. Be joyful. Be careful. Be mindful of others. Be generous. Be faithful. You will be blessed because God has something wonderful in mind for you. Amen.
Before our recessional, allow me to explain another important tradition at TMI. You see, we began this school year back on August 17th, as we do every year with our opening day convocation. The convocation back on August 17th was followed by a receiving line of faculty members in which every student, seniors included, was welcomed into the new school year by every teacher. As we conclude the school year, we again form a receiving line of faculty members and greet each graduate one last time as we send them forth to their next adventure in life. Now, there's a small correction in your program. The proclamation will come before the recessional. In a moment, I will read the proclamation, and then our longest-standing member of the faculty, Mr. Leland Gertz, will lead the faculty recessional out the center rear doors and into the upper lobby for the receiving line. Tonight's reception will be held in the lobby, below that through the lower rear doors. Following the faculty, our graduates will recess out the center rear doors, where they will greet the faculty one last time. Audience members, we ask that you please remain in your places until the last graduate has recessed, and then proceed to the reception. And if you'd like, you can also make your way up and say hello to the faculty members, although they'll also be coming down. And so, graduates, it's time for you to stand, please. You may now move your tassels from the right to the left side of your mortarboards. And ladies and gentlemen, it is now my distinct honor to proclaim that the Bishop and the Board of Governors of TMI, the Episcopal School of Texas, upon the recommendation of the faculty, do hereby confer upon the class of 2017 the TMI Upper School Diploma. Congratulations.